Hi everybody and welcome back to LUNDY'S Wildcam Stroke Bushcraft. I've been sent some amazing kit by Serotonin and it is called the Summit Hub System. It's all one pack here. Obviously this has a gas burner in it and has a fuel burner in it as well. So you can see how compact it is. First of all, first impressions without even getting stuff out the bag is really well made with ripstop waterproof material. If I can find the proper name for it, I'll put it up on the screen now. So inside the bag we'll have one mini fuel burner, we'll have a windbreak, which all come in their own separate bags as well, which is really good. This little yellow plastic bag had 4 small rubber feeting. I'll show you them on the main stove holder itself. I've already attached them. Then we'll have, sorry, it's just a little bit tangled here. We've got the actual main gas stove itself. When I get it untangled from the base, main gas stove itself as well. The frame for to put it all on. And then it comes with this little telescopic bit of equipment. When you pull it out, it telescopes up. I'll discuss that a bit later on in the video as well. So as you can see, the bag there, it's got a draw cord on it. Draw it up, absolutely brilliant, and it holds all that kit. So let's just put that to one side and we'll talk about the different bits of kit that we've got here. So first of all, in this bag, we'll have a windbreak, which covers the whole of the system. Same again, nice, really nice bag it comes in. Yeah. So it's all concertinas on itself. Yeah. And this is the windbreak here. And obviously it'll go in like a diamond formation when you put it on. It's held together with some nice little pins. And you can actually take this pin out if you want, the double pin. Take it out if you want. If you don't want it coming all the way around and just have it open. A bit more open like that, like so. All right, but I'm just going to put the pin back in. So that's the actual windbreak. It's really nice and compact. You have to make sure you know how to put it back together as well, like for folding it up, because if you go the wrong way you could buckle it. Yeah, like I just nearly did there. There we go, that's it done. We'll put that to one side. So that's really good. And you'll be able to use that for other stoves as well. So that's another good thing about it. Inside here, we have a meths burner, which I'm really impressed with. Same again, great quality in the bag that it comes in. That's what I like about this company. They put great effort into the bags and everything and try and keep all the different items within one bit of kit separate. Okay, so we've got the fuel burner here. First of all, as you can see, it's got a silver and like a bronzy type colour. On the top of the lid, it has a little handle that comes out. Obviously, this is the top lid that you would use to snuff out the actual flame. Okay, once you're finished with it. Yeah, it has no O-ring inside, so you don't have to worry about actually melting that when you're putting out the flame onto the actual thing itself. On the bottom part, it's already screwed off. You have the simmer ring, which you can see here, and you can just put that on the top if you want. Instead of having a massive flame, just have a small flame if you're just simmering whatever you're cooking at the time. Inside of the hair, it looks like we've got some compressed cotton wool. Okay, and you just put your meths into that, a couple of little squirts, let it soak it in. All right, now because this hasn't got an O-ring on it, I'm going to test it myself. I'm going to put it in a sealed bag when I'm taking it home, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave some fuel in it. Because it hasn't got an O-ring, it won't cause a seal on the top, but because it's compressed cotton wool and that inside, I think it will still keep it in there. So I'm going to be testing that and I'll let you know at the end of the video whether it leaks or not. But other than that, it's a really nice lightweight cooking system that I really like. Actually, it's the handle that comes out because some of them don't have them. All right, And just in case you're not sure about what these parts are, on this type of cooking system. It has it written on there as well, a simmer and a snuff cap. Yeah, so that's that bit. Let's talk about the actual frame that all these bits go on. So as you can see, it's like a spider's legs. Comes out, these little pins here drop down. Yeah, and that locks it in place. Now these are the little rubber caps that I was telling you about on the bottoms of the 3 legs. So that makes you go up like so. It's very sturdy. It's got nice long extensions on there, and it's got little grooves on it as well to make it a little bit more robust for your pans to sit on, stay, not slide all over. Yeah. On the centre inside, as you can see, we've got a small little cutout here, and then we've got a fastening lock. This will come into play later on when I discuss a couple of more bits that we've got with this. The next part that we've got is the actual gas stove as well. As you can see, it's got a nice long extension for the gas hose itself. Yeah, a screw top on here, and then the on-off one. Just turn your gas on, turn it clockwise, anti-clockwise to switch it off. And that's got like a little rubber seal going all the way around this cap here, so it'll seal your gas really nice. Also, looking at it, it looks like the gas runs through this copper piping, right? So what's going to happen is that copper piping's above where your gas flame, the flame comes out. So this is going to keep it nice and warm. And I'm thinking myself, without even looking at the instructions, that that's going to keep warm, which will keep your gas warm going in. So in the cold months, when you're cooking on it, your gas is still going to stay. It's not going to flicker on and off like it can do with certain other gas stoves. All right. So, fitting this all together. As you can see, I told you about this little gap here. So all you do is, you just fit the gas stove itself in there. You've got a little notch just here. Fit that in, screw that on. That keeps that secure inside of there. Yeah. On its legs, like so. I'll just screw that in a bit more because I didn't fasten it in properly. Yeah. And then, obviously, if you're out in the open, I'm not, but if you're out in the open, get your windbreak out. Making sure that the cut-offs on the actual windbreak is on the ground. Place that on, like so. So there's your windbreak fitted around your actual gas stove. Now the actual hose part itself comes out underneath one of these little cut-offs on the bottom. Fitting your gas stove, as you can see, I've telling you, it's got a rubber seal all the way around there. So you just get your gas on. Hopefully I haven't got my gas switched on. No, I haven't. Make that so it's got a nice seal. Yeah. This hasn't got an igniter, so you're going to have a lighter handy for this, unfortunately. Right. And then, there you go. Now the flame is going across the top of the actual copper pipe that's putting the gas through as well. So that's going to stay it nice and warm. As you can see, you can just turn this and you can get it on. And it's got quite a bite to it, as you can hear there. Okay. And then you can just turn it down and get it into a nice simmer. Yeah. And just put it onto a simmer if you want. And then turn it all the way to let it go off. I'm just going to let that cool down. As you can see, I've got this pot. I've had this in my shed for a long time, and all that kit actually fits in one of these, and this is an 800ml pot. Yeah, and it fits on there perfect as well. Now obviously, because the burner itself, the arms are slightly higher than the windbreak, you'll be able to put like frying pans and things like that on there as well, and still be able to cook and have no bother. You'll still have your airflow going through the bottom gaps here, and it'll be escaping out the top as well. Okay. Right, so that's the gas stove taken out, and we've still got the actual main frame itself. Now, for the fuel burner, okay, obviously we've got the simmer ring, we've got the snuff cap, and then we've got the main part itself. Now I've got some fuel in here. So what I'm going to do is, let's just get some fuel in. Not too much. as you can see, the cotton wool is soaking it in really nice. Yeah. Oh, it smells lovely, that. Alcoholic's dream. And anyway, that's the stove with the fuel in. And as you can see, this goes on this little board here. Yeah. And the arms that come up, it'll stop it coming off, but it's still got quite a bit of movement on it. So that's a little bit of concern. If you're in your festival, in your tent, and you're cooking, and you knock that, and it comes off, you're going to be in a world of hate. So I would recommend, if you can, find something that'll go underneath this and fill that in a bit more and just stabilizes that. Or they could actually make this a bit wider so it fits in there snug. That's just a bit of a concern with me, but it would have been a fuel burner. Okay. Then obviously you get your windbreak, put that on the same as you did with the other one. Yeah. And it fits around there, snug as a bug. Quickly light it. As you can see, it's filling there quite nicely. Yeah. Now, I think if this simmer ring had something that went around but come up as well, it'd be easier to get on for when you've got your windbreak and everything on there, because that's going to be a bit of a nightmare, isn't it, to get on. I think what you'd have to do is you'd have to take your windbreak out the way to then put it on. All right, without burning yourself. And as you can see, that's got a nice simmer. And then if you want to put it out, obviously you're going to have to take that off, which will be warm. And this is where it gets complicated, look, because you're trying to knock that off without knocking this over. So it definitely needs to be either wider or get something with it. And then I'm just going to snuff it out. All right, I'm not going to be cooking on here or anything. It's just showing you the different functions of the stuff. And that's that out there. Let's leave that on. Now I'm going to let that cool down, and then I'm going to tip it upside down and see if any of the fluids comes out of it. Right, so earlier on I showed you this. This is actually called the Summit Tel Pole. Okay, and it extends up. It's got a little screw cap on the top here, and then it's got the bit that you can move to adjust it, to tighten it even better. All right, and this is actually used for inside the frame. Again, you just slot that in. Yeah, tighten that up, place that on there, right? And then what you can do, you can get things like lanterns, and you just connect that on. It's got a screwy bit on the bottom, screw that on, and then because this is when you finish cooking and everything, and then you end up with a nice little lantern inside your tent or outside on your table or wherever you want, right? So that's a great little feature. Let's just take that off. Or if your tripod's too big to use in your tent when you're recording, most people record on their phones these days, but you can also get the fittings that fit on here as well for yeah, like GoPros and things. It's just I haven't got a spare connector at the minute, but you've got like your phone holders. Okay, so you can get one of these, and these actually fit on there as well, so you could have yourself like a mini tripod for your phone, and then attach your phone onto there and use that for when you're videoing, or when you're sitting in your tent and you're watching a film on your phone. If you don't do videos, you can use it for holding your phone for when you're watching a film on a night time when you're relaxing. Great little idea, that, and a great little bit of extra kit. Yeah. So far, I'm really impressed with this and the way the functions work. I'm really happy. Now this has actually cooled down now, and as you can see, because it's got compressed cotton wool in, I've got none of that fuel that's in there. Sorry, I'll just turn my light down a bit. As you can see it there. Okay, the fuel's still in there, but it's not coming out. So you could really just fill that up until you get to camp, soak it in, then put your lid on. Which has got inside the lid, I've just realised inside the lid it's got loads of little grills in there, like lines coming up, which will make it even tighter on the actual screw top. Yeah. And then put your cap back on, and then that's you ready to cook as soon as you get to camp if you need a brew. So brilliant. Right, so this actually comes with a guide, and it's a great bit of information on here. As you can see, it has the name of the product. Okay, it's got lots of great pictures in colour as well, which really helps this with all the different names of all the different items that comes with it. And then it goes through step by step of how to connect everything to the actual main frame itself. Okay, talks you all through all the windbreak, everything on it. It's absolutely brilliant, full of information. And then on the other page, it's got it all written down there for you as well. Okay, so Serotonin, I would like to say thank you very much for sending this bit of kit out. It is absolutely fantastic, and I will definitely be using this. I have got another stove, which is my favourite stove, but it's not as stable as this. Having a frame like this on the ground makes it a lot safer and a lot stabler for you when you're out camping in tents or underneath a tarp and you're doing your cooking there. Okay, so anyway, if you've enjoyed this video and you like this bit of kit and you're interested in it, go and check out the links in the description. If there's any discount codes or anything as well, I'll put them on the I'll put them on the screen. Also, I've got videos where I've had like stoves sent from them, like little portable wood burn stoves, and also things like this, tiny little tables. Okay, they do some amazing bits of kit. Okay, and you just spring the legs up, and then you've got yourself a really lightweight table, which is ideal for putting your beer on and things, or your brew, or even cooking on as well. All right, so anyway, thank you very much for watching. Really appreciate it. If you've enjoyed this video and you like my content, consider hitting that subscribe button. Please do give it a thumbs up, and do leave a comment. I will reply to you. If you've got any questions and I can answer them, feel free to put them in the comments as well. I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks again.